What is going on, everybody? Today we'll be talking about this is a leaked thing, right? This was leaked through a company's shipping records about the Nintendo Switch 2's size, major RAM, and storage spec bump revealed. Ooh! So yeah, this is actually pretty cool. So this pretty much confirmed the last leak that we kind of saw, right? So I believe the last leak that we saw was pretty much spot on, except the last leak I noticed said 128 gigabytes of storage, but this one is saying 256 gigabytes of storage. So we actually might be getting a bump in memory, which is always better. I like that. Although they might just have like multiple versions of the Switch 2 that has it's going to be cartridgeless and it's only going to have 128 gigabytes of storage, and then we're going to have whatchamacallit. We're going to have the one that has the cartridge and it has 256 gigabytes. That's what I assume is going to happen. That's what I assume. But kind of like what Sony and Microsoft did with their digital or non-physical versions of their consoles, right? They gave them less and whatever. Anyways, let's just read this, shall we? Details of the Switch 2's hardware components have been unearthed from Nintendo's shipping and custom records, coming from the horse's mouth apparently, suggesting a serious spec upgrade. A new device is expected to get 12 gigabytes of RAM, which we did pretty much say, and with these exact things, that's exactly what it said, from the last leak, right? 12 gigabytes of RAM with 7,500 MTs. I honestly don't know what that means. Sorry. And 256 gigabytes of storage, which again, the last one said 128, but we'll see. As well as a microphone. Ooh. I hope it actually has the capability to record gameplay and put it on YouTube or whatever. That would be really nice. That would be really nice for me. It'd be much easier to make videos, I imagine, as well. The size without the Joy-Cons will be supposedly be 256 by 155 by 114 millimeters. So, I think that's millimeters. I'm pretty bad at this. So, I don't know how big that is, by the way. I really don't. So, I can't help you there. But let's move on. Tech leaks from inside sources or overly hasty website upload are neither uncommon nor unwelcome, but the ones we occasionally get from the determined curious insiders, like the one about the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2, can rival acts of professional espionage. Users at gaming forum Famboards, the Famicom, gotcha. Famiboards have dug through shipping and custom records between Nintendo and its suppliers, and managed to unearth details of key hardware components that should give some idea of the unreleased handheld console specs. First thing revealed is the successor to the original Nintendo Switch, currently $296 on Amazon. We'll get a 12 gigabyte of RAM, specifically of the 2 Micron 64 gigabyte 6 gigabyte or 64-bit 6 gigabyte LPDDR5X 7500 modules. Okay. Whether it will be the LPDDR5 or LPDDR5X RAM is unclear, but it will run speeds of 7500 MTs. This is a significant upgrade from the original Switch's 4 gigabytes of RAM, of LPDDR5 RAM. That is true. The Switch's RAM was abysmal, honestly, but for the time it was okay, because again, you have to understand that the PS4 and Xbox One were a thing. And honestly, the Switch in total had only half the amount of gigabytes that they did, and it was portable. Not a bad deal, But again, If Nintendo just, made it at least as powerful as a PS4, the original Switch, if they made it as powerful as the PS4, they wouldn't even have to make a new one. If I'm being honest with you guys, they really wouldn't. They could have saved so much money. And all these sales, by the way, that they have for the original Switch, they could have continued it for at least another 4 fucking years. I'm not even lying to you guys. So this is why you dumb Nintendo fanboys who said, Nintendo doesn't need all that power. Yeah, maybe they don't need it, but they should still have it. For their own benefit and other people's benefit. But of course you shitlib Nintendo fanboys won't understand that. Because you guys are too busy watching your girlfriends getting rammed by Tyrone. Anyways, like seriously. Nintendo fanboys are just like the biggest cucks in the universe. And the reason why I say that is because they let Nintendo get away with releasing abysmal hardware. The only reason why the Switch did as well as it did is because there was no other competition. If Sony had a portable that was as powerful as a PS4 and allowed you to natively download PS4 games, the Switch would have been done. Maybe it would have not failed, but it definitely would have not gotten half the numbers that it did now. Are you kidding me? Not even close, I don't think. Actually, no, maybe close, but definitely not as much as it did now. Because there would be competition. So yeah, people just wanted AAA gaming on the go, and the Switch did a less than ideal job of it, let's be honest. But less than ideal job of it. But it did it, it wasn't just mobile games again, but with a shittier hardware, to be fair to them. No, they actually had games that were on consoles or that were new games, from third party and Nintendo. So you can't fault them for that. But with that being said, though, if the Switch, the original one, was as powerful as a PS4, they wouldn't even need this one. And now, and now with the Switch 2, they're not really, but still gonna have to, like, a little bit, leave the 140 million plus people on the original Switch. And that sucks. That sucks a lot. For them. Honestly, me personally, and a lot of other people I know are ready to move on from the original Switch. I don't think it's a bad system. Like, I don't think it's horrible, but god damn it, Nintendo, you need to move the goddamn hell on. Alright? It's about time that you need to move on. Seriously. We want every type of game on the Switch. Honestly, though, I haven't exactly been a huge fan of their first party output on the Switch. A lot of the good ones were from the Wii U. So, yeah, their Mario Party games on there suck. Their, I can't say Mario Kart because it's the same as Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, except, like, has more content. Can't complain too much about that, but, I think a Mario Kart 9, that was more open world driving. I mean, not open world, but think of Diddy Kong Racing, right? How that let you explore a level. That could have happened with Mario Kart, or hell, it could have been like like more like Need for Speed Most Wanted. That game could have been like that game where it's like an open world for you to drive in. And imagine driving into the jungles of Donkey Kong, or the open world of the Mario Kart, of the Mario Mushroom Kingdom. There you go, like, or the fields of Hyrule. Like, imagine driving around in that shit. That would have been cool. And I don't think, like, an expansion will do that justice. I just really don't think so. So, yeah. But they could have done that with the Switch, but they didn't, I don't know. But I hope they do that with the Switch, too. That would be nice. But, yeah. So, Nintendo's first-party output for the Switch, that's not exactly why I got a Switch. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Smash Bros. On it, I like all the other ones on it, but they're not the best that the series has been, Like Smash Bros. I still like Smash 4 better. I really do. Especially the one on the 3DS that has Smash Run instead of the dog shit single player modes in the Ultimate, And it has a better classic mode too. The Smash 4 in general, even the Wii U one, has a better classic mode than the one on the Switch. But yeah. So, the Switch's first-party lineup hasn't been its best. So the reason why I've been liking the Switch recently, before I got a Steam Deck, that is because of the third-party games that are on there. And especially as someone who's primarily been on Nintendo throughout all his gaming lovely life, except for the PS2. That's the console I chose. Well, not chose, actually. I didn't even know the GameCube existed, to be fair, at the time. But with the Switch 2, they could finally have the best of both worlds now. Even if it's as powerful as a PS4, which I hope it's not, I really hope it's a little bit more powerful. Like, again, really hope that it's in the middle between a PS5 and a PS4. That would be really nice, you know. Because honestly, I don't really think that they're going to move on from the hardware anytime soon, or whatever developers are doing now. They're not really going to move on or make games exclusively for the PS5 and Series X anytime soon. And even if they do, it's like probably games that are not even worth playing, if I'm being honest. So, anyways, this all looks good. This pretty much looks good, and this looks like the one that we already commented on from the last video. I mean, this pretty much proves it, right? This pretty much proves everything, that this might be true. And honestly, I can't wait. I just really can't wait if it is. But maybe it seems like it won't be as powerful as the Steam Deck. I'm not sure, though. Like, but I could have sworn that the Steam Deck had 16 gigabytes of RAM. I could be wrong about that, but pretty sure it did. RAM is not the only important part, though. But this seems to have as much RAM as a Series S, by the way. I'm not lying. The Series S actually has 12 gigabytes of RAM, so there you go. With that being said, though, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, guys. Do all the good stuff, and I can't wait for the Switch 2. I hope it rectifies all the mistakes of the original Switch. I really hope it does. Anyways, see you guys.